Across the ring, his opponent, in the blue corner, wearing purple and gold. He weighed in officially at 137.5 pounds. In 15 pro bouts, he maintains a record consisting of 14 victories, with one lone, highly disputed defeat, and 10 of his victories coming by way of KO. Representing Midland, Texas, the West Texas Warrior, Michael Dutchover.
Okay, muchachos, les di las instrucciones ahí abajo. I give you instructions downstairs. Los golpes here, punches here are fine. Shake hands. Good luck to both of you.
Let's see how these lightweights match up. Dutchover at 23, 3 years older. He is 1 inch taller. However, Benitez has 2 inches in wingspan.
We get ready to go. Hello to all the Dutchover family in West Texas. Y saludos a toda la gente de Benitez en Aguascalientes y Quintana Roo. Michael Dutchover got the purple and gold. Record of 14-1. That loss was disputed on cuts. That was in his hometown of Midland. Dutchover was supposed to fight. It was scheduled to fight last week in Texas, but that never got off the ground. So here he is on a Thompson show in the 3-2-1 bubble. So with young fighters, Doug, right, especially during the pandemic, you got to stay ready. You never know what happens.
You got to stay in the gym. That's the secret to success.
Dutchover working with Arnold Barbosa. Doing a lot of work with him as Barbosa was getting ready for his fight, along with Ruben A. Torres. Benitez lost to Yu George Acosta on a Thompson show early last year. That was the last regular show we had before the pandemic shut everything down. Tough fighter, good opposition. We'll come at you.
Would you say the difference in that fight was Acosta's jab?
Yeah, that was the first time we saw Acosta throwing that jab over and over and over. Benitez said he was just staying ready for the show, no matter where it was at. That's the attitude. I think real fighters want to fight, they fight.
Well, yeah. I mean, look, at the end of the day, I think most fighters were adversely affected by COVID in terms of their opportunities. Some more than others. I think it's important, though, as I mentioned before, for Dutchover, we are now halfway through, basically, 2020. I'd like to see him, if he gets out clean tonight, to have 2 more fights after this. Unless there's a significant opportunity at that 10 and 12 round level. I'm not so sure what would keep him or his promoters from booking him twice. If there is, let's put it this way, some economic realities that are met within what Dutchover wants to get paid and needs to get paid contractually.
In other words, show me money, I'll do it.
Yeah. But sometimes, you know, you have to fight, though.
Contractual.
Yeah, but sometimes you have to invest in your career. If you're not going to get 100% of what you want and you only settle for 75%, there are times you have to look at the big picture. I get the sense a guy like Dutchover, the more he fights, the better he'll be.
As always, hello to our good friend, Steve calls him the security blanket, Linus Esquire. Checking in from PA.
From the city of brotherly love.
Body shot from Dutchover, trained by Danny Zamora. But his answer to the body shot of his own.
10 seconds, stop at the bell, paren la campana.
Raul Caiz Sr., the referee, giving instructions. ThompsonBLDG.com is where you want to go. Check out all about Thompson building materials. Yards in Orange, Fontana, Lomita, Camarillo, San Diego, Ripon, Sacramento. That Lomita yard is always busy. It's on PCH. I drive by it. My goodness. You would think it was in and out. There's always trucks there. It slows down traffic.
Well, there's 2 things people always need: In-N-Out burgers and wood.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
Well, let me get this right. I'm sorry. Michael Dutchover's fighting. It's like a Whataburger, right? Because we got to talk about Texas. Rokas Sport. Hello, Rokas. If you want to go and support him, he's over there having his own ads on the Thompson Boxing Facebook page. And don't forget to listen to the 3 Knockdown Rule with Steve Kim, since we're promoting a podcast here, Rokas. Now, what's happening, man? How you doing? Good to see the Boxing Rundown every Monday. Continued success to you, young man. Now, there was a question earlier, when are fans going to be allowed at a Thompson show? We don't know. We don't know if our next show is going to be inside the Corona
I got
bubble.
the answer.
And the views and opinions from Steve Kim will not be...
No, I got an answer. Ask Gavin Newsom. Ask our governor. He knows more than us.
And if they do have them, we will let you know. Go to the Thompson Boxing Instagram page. Keep all the information. We miss you guys. We miss you guys. Hopefully, a lot of things are up in the air. But anyways, right now we're watching Dutchover with the purple and the good left hook followed by uppercut. Ruben Garcia in Ensenada, Mexico. Saludos.
Dutchover's looking pretty sharp so far.
Oh.
But did my eyes deceive me, or did Dutchover catch a good one right at the bell, ending round 1?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
Right at the bell. He answered with one. Benitez will land a hook. Chris Alstad, how are you doing? Whataburger's big in Arizona. See? Bring up Whataburger and all the Texans come out.
That was a nice hook Dutchover landed.
Yeah, we've seen the growth of Michael Dutchover. Left Midland, Texas after graduation to train in Southern California. We've seen him on the Thompson shows. Evolution of a young man. Joe Surratt watching us in Idaho. Go Vandals. Or Boise State. Reyes Rodriguez, saludos al cachorro. West Texas Warrior, 432 area code checking in. Lubbock, Texas, also a big hotbed for Dutchover fans. And our good friend, Double B, Bernie Barmercell, publicist to the Stars.
What's up, Bernie?
If you're a fighter, you need some publicity done right. Hit up Bernie.
Fighters need publicists.
No, they need good publicists.
Good publicists, right.
Doesn't get better than B. Out of Chicago. That's a good one. Saul Bustos. Looking forward to seeing him fight again, yeah. Bustos trained by Manny Robles. He does a good job.
Oh, yeah, that's the welterweight.
Yeah,
Got the long hair?
Yeah. Abilene, Texas checking in. Oh, Dutchover. I thought became a Laker fan. No, he's representing Midland High Bulldogs. Those purple and gold, the colors of his high school team. You're right, Gail. Fucking, oh, you need good PR team, ladies included. That's the corner of Ivan Leon Benitez. Cachorro is the youngest one in his family. Started boxing pro at 16, like a real Mexican.
Jeez.
Speaking of Linus, he tweeted, I like Michael Dutchover a lot, but I don't recall his L on Showtime Boxing being quote-unquote highly disputed. More bad luck on a cut in a fight he was probably winning. Trust me, Linus, that was highly disputed by Artie Palullo and Thompson Boxing. Okay, let's set the record straight on that. They dispute that decision a lot.
Yeah, and that fight, though, let's give the background to it. It was a fight in his hometown. It looked like he was winning, and it was on Showbox.
Yes, it was
But
Showbox.
It was stopped because of cuts, but there was nobody able to work on his cut.
Yeah.
But it was just stopped.
Right. The thing is, we've seen worse cuts. We've seen fighters with worse cuts continue. I think that's what it made it controversial, at least in the eyes of Michael Dutchover fans.
Shot landed by Dutchover.
Yeah, and I've never understood that, Doug. When ringside physicians who do their jobs and stop fights, I'm not disputing that. But in terms of a cut, when a fighter is not butchered, if you don't let the cut man at least work on it, what's the point of having a
I
cut
think
man?
sometimes it's the place of the cut.
Yeah.
If the cut's on a certain area of the eyelid or certain part of the eye where they think there's a nerve right underneath there, then they will stop it rather than risk the fighter suffering permanent damage.
Third round scheduled for 8.
But Doug, I don't recall that being like the Lennox Lewis-Klitschko fight that we were
I
at.
don't either. Beto and I were actually working that night at the DoubleTree, so we didn't see it live. We just heard about it, and it was a bit of a shock, even though, you know, ShoBox has a tradition of matching prospects tough. That's the credo of that 20-year-old series. And listen, it's not necessarily a blight on a fighter's record or career to have lost on ShoBox. There's a fair amount of world champions who lost their first fights on ShoBox and came back on the series to win again and work their way up the ladder and eventually win major world titles.
Steve Fitzgerald brings up a good point. A couple weeks earlier, Tyson Fury was cut, and they let that keep on going.
Right, and that was a horrible cut.
You know, I was there that night, and that was when he fought Otto Wallin, and that was before the proposed rematch with Wilder, which was signed. There was a palpable tension in that arena, like, there's $50 million going right down the drain on it.
What cut? I don't see no cut.
Yeah.
Overhand left from Dutchover lands. He's working inside. Dutchover does his sparring at Sarabia's gym, which is essentially a garage in the backyard, and it gets about 1,000 degrees. Quality work. Thank you for joining us this Sunday. 3-2-1 boxing. Next show will be in August. Jeff Ronan, appreciate you. Straight to the point, we talked, we let you guys know what's going on. Doug Fisher, the editor-in-chief of Ring Magazine. Steve Kim, boxing media extraordinaire. Does his own thing. All of Dutchover's Midland High cross-country teammates watching in the tall city from Marta Ruiz. Dutchover was a cross-country runner. He tells me he was a star, but I don't know. Because on his team was Bryce Hoppel, who's going to be going to the Olympics. So, you know, I know Dutchover can run, and we've actually run a half marathon together, and he'll remind me that he beat me. I'm like, yeah, but you're in shape and you're 20 years younger, and you train. But no, he takes a lot of pride in that, and Dutchover does a lot of good work. Just a good kid, like Ivan Benitez is. Benitez coming in from Aguascalientes. He's 14-4. Centro of the box. He's actually from Quintana Roo, southern part of Mexico. He trains in Aguascalientes, where Doug has once called the fight.
I've called fights in both Cancun and Aguascalientes. And
which one was the bull ring?
The bull ring was Aguascalientes. And it was like a miniature Roman Colosseum.
Maximus.
Yeah.
You don't get this kind of broadcast anywhere else. We interact with you, the fans. Chris Allstat, thanks for joining us tonight. 3-2-1 boxing. 3 fights, in, out. You know you got things to do. Michael Dutchover working the body in the purple.
And Beto, you talk about working the body. I'd like to see Dutchover just get on the inside, find shelter, and just dig. I think that's the best way to go about it right now.
He did that in the last round, and I think he had success when he got Benitez up against the ropes. And as you can see, I have Dutchover winning all 3 of the first 3 rounds of this bout.
Agreed.
Karma Surge says, Beto, you should get in the Masters boxing, get in the ring and swing. Heck no. You want to see an old man swinging? Look at Ernie Gabion's account. And you will see him hitting the bag. Ernie from Everlast, love you. He's out there. That's what you want to do. Now, Steve and Doug actually do train. Make sure you check out Doug on Sundays with Coach.
That's a loose definition of train, okay?
Well, I mean, everybody's a fighter now, right?
No, I'm not.
Everybody wants to get in on the act.
Yeah. Everybody wants to fight until they realize that 3 minutes are really, really long. There's no need for this. That's why I tell people, like, oh, yo, the fight this, fight that. Go skip rope for 15 minutes. If you can do that, then you're all right, but nobody can. I want to see Doug in a sombrero calling a fight. Don't we all? That'll be our special.
It'll happen.
That's our Cinco de Mayo show.
Yes.
We're going to be pandering to everybody, all right? Beto, it's all 40s and up in Masters. Man, I'm trying to do a marathon and I get tired after 3 miles. What the heck do I want to get hit for? There's no need. You want to see somebody in their 40s train and hit? Go follow Mario Lopez. Let him do all that boxing stuff.
There you go.
There's no need for this. No, those who can do, those who can't announce. Michael Dutchover's looking good in this fight.
Yeah, I like to control the distance. I think he's controlling the tempo of the fight. I like the lateral movement. I'm loving the jab. I'd like to see a little bit more of it, but I'm really liking the hook. His hook is on point, and there's a lot of variation to it. And he can land that and just spin right out of range. And I'm also seeing the body attack. It was a staple of his style.
That was real clever right there. Ran Benitez into a really good right hand.
They fall down, Caes. Benitez went down.
Yeah, feeling it in his hip. Yeah. Feeling that sciatic nerve.
See, Karma, if you're in your 40s, the sciatic nerve will keep you down, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm like when I get out of bed every morning.
Every morning.
I look just like that.
Sometimes you just got to know when how old you really are. Like, should I really be trying to do it my 4th marathon? No. Am I going to? Yeah, because they're going to pay me to do it. But there's no need for this.
What marathon are you running?
The LA Marathon in November.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm going to be one of their like ambassadors and all that other stuff. No need for it.
So you're training. When does your training really begin in earnest?
You should do.
Okay, say no more.
Yeah, if you want to do a marathon, you should give yourself 18 good weeks.
Right.
As you build up for it. But because I haven't been running at all, I'm trying to get back into it, and it's oh man.
Can you cross train? Can you swim?
You can do a lot.
Can you ride bike?
You can do a lot.
Ride a bike. Yeah.
Aurelio Lelo Martinez, call the fight, stop the flip flapping. Nah, man, that's what we do. Dude, you can watch the fight. You see it, right? It's in your screen. You're watching it. And has there really been much for us to like really get into it right now?
Yeah, it's been one-way traffic.
Yeah, it's all Michael Dutchover controlling it. Yeah, but no, I'll be doing a half marathon in October with Michael. Did it with Ruben Torres also. Actually ran one with Oscar Valdez. He actually did the LA half marathon.
I bet you he's a beast.
He came in 22nd.
Wow.
Without training.
Sure.
Without training, Oscar Valdez came in 22nd.
Yeah, just his general fitness and
Yeah.
his mental tenacity
Yeah.
is gonna drive him.
Yeah, man. Head of the 5th round, scheduled for 8. Michael Dutchover controlling this one, the main event. The West Texas Warrior. Hello to everybody in Midland, Odessa, Lubbock, the Rio Grande Valley. David Montez, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you leaving a comment. It's always a different kind of broadcast, man. We interact with you, the fans. Nah, Francisco, it's cool. It's cool. It's the it's a broadcast for the fans. Low blow, Benitez is saying. Doug, what's coming up in Ring Magazine?
Canelo Alvarez is the cover star of our most recent issue. He was the default cover star because our planned cover was supposed to feature Tyson Fury and Anthony Joshua.
Jesus, did something happen, Doug?
Yeah, as Mike Tyson says, it went to Bolivian. Yes, it did. I mean, it happens. It's just that's modern boxing, and maybe we will see those two share the ring. Maybe we will eventually see a showdown for the undisputed heavyweight championship, but it's not going to happen this summer. So Canelo Alvarez had just fought. He's unified 3/4 of the super middleweight title. He's the Ring Magazine champion, and beyond getting the stoppage against previously undefeated Billy Joe Saunders, he drew more than 70,000 fans at the tail end of a pandemic at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, and that is notable.
That's crazy.
That's a U.S. indoor boxing record.
We were there for Canelo and Liam Smith, that was a spectacle. I can only imagine how it was for Billy Joe Saunders.
Right, that was just 51,000 when he fought Liam Smith in 2016.
Low blow from Benitez. Referee Calles Sr. is telling him to keep him up. Steve, what do you guys got coming up on the 3 knockdown rule?
Well, tomorrow we are scheduled to have El Presidente Eric Gomez, president of Golden Boy Promotion. A lot of stuff going on there. And then maybe the week after we might have Teofimo Lopez.
Love that kid's attitude lately. Teofimo is no holds barred. He's always been like that, but lately even more so. And he'll be fighting soon on Triller, right?
Yeah, June 19th against George Kambosos is IBF mandatory. And then it'll be interesting to see what happens in terms of his relationship with Top Rank. I think that's a story to look out for.
Really? Greg and Sage Dutchover watching in Vegas. Well, your relative is cruising through 5. Main event on 3-2-1 boxing. June 19th, isn't everybody fighting that day?
Yeah, there's actually a Munguia fight, supposedly, although Sulecki just dropped out. Jamal Charlo fights in Houston against a rather nondescript opponent.
Naoya Inoue.
Inoue,
Vegas?
yes, on ESPN Plus. So as they say,
Oh,
check your
come
local
on.
listings.
You
and
left out the best one, Steve.
which one?
Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. against
Anderson
who's it?
Silva.
Yeah, Anderson Silva. Yeah, MMA legend.
Spider. Yeah, our friend Big Surge is going to be down there working that corner.
Hey,
So
talk
coming-
about old guys training. So Chavez Sr. is also fighting. Isn't he fighting Hector Camacho Jr.?
Yes, he is.
I've been watching. Have you been watching his Instagram?
Yeah,
He's
His,
still the
him-
best fighter in his family.
Yeah, hitting the bag. He looks great. Still got the leverage on those body shots. But I like watching Senior hit the heavy bag and the sparring.
As we head to the 6th round, Michael Dutchover in control of this fight. Banner Promotions, Thompson Promotions. As we head to it, it's time for Dutchover to step on the gas here in the last 3 rounds. He's controlling this one against Ivan Leon Benitez.
And Benitez has remained game throughout.
Yeah.
He's trying his best every round. He hasn't taken off a round. He hasn't just gone into survival mode in any point of this fight. He's trying. He's trudging forward, trying to land shots here and there, and he does land shots occasionally. But Dutchover is landing maybe 3 to his 1, and his shots are got more snap on it, more accurate.
Dutchover had his knockouts early on in his career. Is the strength starting to develop?
Well, I think he's got good physical strength. I mean, if you look at his age, he's 23. I don't think he's a real natural puncher. Beto, I remember about 3 years ago, he scored this eye-opening one-round knockout at the Doubletree. But look, he's not Julian Jackson. Most guys aren't. He's going to have to be what they call a bricklayer. Just lay it one by one, put in a lot of work. I wish in this fight he'd stick a little bit more in the pocket, go chest to chest. But this is what his fights are going to be. He's going to have to put in a good, honest night's work just about every single time. Generally in every generation, Doug, I think you talk about this, but it's not like we always have 20 great punchers. It's usually down to about 5 per generation that are like a Bob Foster, Tommy Hearns, guys of that ilk. The rest have to kind of put that work in.
Absolutely.
And to chop that tree down steadily.
And you know what, Steve, when we see the gifted punchers lose for the first time, it's almost always to a technician.
Right.
It's always to the more versatile boxer, whether it's Prince Nassim Hamed against Marco Antonio Barrera, or Felix Trinidad against Bernard Hopkins,
And Dutchover's cut, accidental headbutt on his left eyebrow.
Yeah, I can't see where the blood is. Oh, it's dripping now, though.
Yeah, it's from the
I see
eyebrow.
now.
We want to make this clear, though. Not having power is not an indictment. You look at a guy like Danny Roman, Beto. We saw the skill that he exhibited, that he just slashes you to death.
Yeah.
It is death by 1,000 cuts. But you have to learn how to, like, work within that style and to be very steady throughout a fight.
With Roman, when he fought that fighter in Japan, when he defended, it would just break him down, break him down, break him down. I think that's what Dutchover's going to have to do in his career. Final seconds of the 6th round. We're scheduled for 8, 3, 2, 1, a main event. Dutchover cut on an accidental headbutt. And Jerry Dutchover, I know you wanted to hear the corner sound. Because of the way that it's set up, it's hard to get a boom mic into the corners. So I know normally we would have that, but it's hard to do because of restrictions that are here due to COVID. So you do hear Benitez's corner because our microphone is right next to him. That's where we're set up at. So that's why you hear the red corner. You see Mike Rodriguez, cut man extraordinaire, working on that cut that's on Michael Dutchover's left eyebrow. Caused by an accidental headbutt. Mike, one of the best in the business. Doesn't look too bad. Good job by our camera crew getting in there. David Montes, you're right. Benitez is a game fighter. He is tough. He comes in there to give you work. Steve Kim taught me the phrase, professional resistance.
Professional resistance.
Benitez 14-4-1. Benitez, you know that club scene in Tijuana. Also fought on a PBC show, a Top Rank show, so they've used him around.
I think we're all in agreement on the scorecard of this fight. A shutout through 6 rounds for Michael Dutchover.
Looking good. Controlling this fight.
Yes, control is the key term. The pace of the fight, the jurisdiction, the distance, everything. It's dictated by Dutchover. Benitez's game. He stalks forward. He'll land a punch here and there, but he is being outworked, outboxed, outclassed by Dutchover.
And thanks for all the comments that are coming through on the Thompson Boxing Twitter account. Roca, stop promoting your show, bro. We already gave you the shout out. Don't get banned. How do you guys have it, and where are you watching from this Sunday afternoon? We're in Corona, California, Omega Products International, where our good friend Jim Boone loves to come in the summer, KO tickets. It's a great setup in the summer when it's outside. We're indoor. Also, watching us on YouTube, the Ozarker, Nick Martin.
We got an Ozarker?
Yeah.
Right on.
Eddie Silerio in Lubbock, Texas. Brandon Ramirez in Pecos, Texas. San Antonio. Bill Hensley, there's your shout out. We are live. Brandon Curry watching us in Newcastle, the UK. Louis James playing Roblox. I feel you, man. Ivan's corner, telling them to let it go. So they feel the desperation on his side. Zamora family watching the Santa Fe Springs. Gabe Flores Sr. What's up, Gabe Flores Sr.? Mr. 209. Trainer for his son, Gabe Flores Jr.
Manos libres, tienen golpes. Get your hand up, Michael. Está preparado, paren la campana.
Buns, there's no way you're in Paris.
Paris, Texas, maybe.
Okay, Paris, Texas. There you go. Paul Hernandez. What's up? GPS Stories Forever. You know that? People watching New Zealand, Canada. All right, we appreciate you watching us on the Thompson Boxing YouTube page. And make sure you guys go and check out past fights, past interviews. No problem, Nick Martin. The Torres family watching us in Snyder, Texas.
One more to go. This is the 8th and final round.
Mama Rosales watching us in Palmdale. Bunch, you are not in Paris, France, man. There's no way. Been to Paris a couple times. Beautiful. As we told you, we interact with you, the fans. This fight is for you. We see everything. It's a different broadcast. We're here for you. 8th and final round. Respect between the two fighters. Jose Licea, the future of boxing, interacting with the fans. We've been doing it for 4 years. I'm not saying we're the first ones, but I'll say we're the first ones. Oh, Gabe Flores Sr. letting us know that his son is going to be on the Fury Wilder card.
Breaking news.
July 24th. He's opening up the pay-per-view.
Who is this?
Gabe Flores. 8th and final round. Michael Dutchover controlling this fight, winning this fight. The West Texas Warrior. Looking solid. Benitez corner telling him to step it up. He's not. Lee Gonzalez in Corpus Christi. Or Jerry Belmonte's fight in Corpus once. There's the Mora family watching at their soccer games. That's support. Shot from Dutchover. Now Benitez is getting desperate. He could be opening himself up. Benitez breathing heavy now in the 8th and final round. Nothing behind his punches, though.
I like the work effort from Benitez in this final round.
It's a good fight for Dutchover. Pruneda family in Midtown Soldiers Boxing Club in Midland, Texas. Dutchover has a big support. The fans like him. He's a fun fighter to watch. Great kids root for.
And good personality outside of the ring. I think it was May 2018 at the Boxing Writers Association Awards dinner, a couple days before the Jorge Linares-Vasily Lomachenko fight at Madison Square Garden. Ruben Villa, the fourth, and Dutchover were at the banquet and kind of making the rounds. And Dutchover just charmed everybody that he talked to. You know, even East Coast boxing writers that weren't familiar with him, never seen him, they wanted to see him after having a conversation with him. So he's got that type of personality.
Del Rio, Texas coming in. Dallas, Texas coming in. All of Texas. So, you can have a country behind you, but when you have all the state of Texas,
That's like a country.
Yeah, about the same thing, yeah.
the Republic of Texas.
That's right.
And their young man, Dutchover, looking good. Good professional resistance. 8 good rounds for Michael Dutchover. He's in a cruise to the victory. And take a couple weeks off and get right back in the gym, as they have big plans for Michael Dutchover. We'll come back with the officials. You're watching 321 Boxing on Thompson Boxing in Corona, California.
Discover the advantages of the Henry Fortifiber 1-2-3 moisture control system. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. Choose the weather barrier, add the flashing, then finish up with the Henry Moist Top Sealant. Done. No guessing, no gambling. Just the winning confidence you get from our compatible systems.
Experience Makita's cordless outdoor power equipment. The mower is a part of the world's largest battery system and cuts non-stop for up to 2 miles. The self-propelled model makes mowing effortless. Get unstoppable power without the hassles of gas. Reach speeds of up to 116 miles per hour with the single battery blower. One system, endless possibilities. Now get 2 extra free batteries.
After going all 8 rounds here at the Omega Products International Event Center, the official scorecard reads as follows. Judges Davis and Rosario turn in identical scores of 80 to 72, and Judge DeLuca scores it 78 to 74. All 3 in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. The West Texas Warrior, Michael Dutchover.
4-3-2, stand up. The Michael Dutchover gets to go back home with a record of 15-1 as he gets the unanimous decision. Good fight, good work, good learning experience, Steve.
Well, I think he needed that. It was not a spectacular effort. It was very solid, considering the fact he's been off about 11 months. So, like I said before, he's got to get back on the horse. We are halfway through the year.